Welcome to Latest News Blaster. If you want daily real celebrity news, subscribe now. In recent weeks, online conversations have intensified around music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, not because of a single interview or courtroom moment, but due to a widening web of commentary involving two of the most outspoken figures from entirely different worlds, tech billionaire Elon Musk and hip-hop entrepreneur Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. While neither man has claimed insider access to criminal evidence, their public remarks, reposts, and reactions have fueled a broader discussion about power, influence, and the often unseen networks that surround elite figures in entertainment. The story unfolding is less about a single revelation and more about how modern influence operates behind closed doors. Observers note that Musk and 50 Cent approach the topic from very different angles. Musk, known for cryptic posts and commentary on institutional power, has repeatedly emphasized concerns about unaccountable elites and opaque systems. 50 Cent, on the other hand, has a long history of openly criticizing industry politics, often using humor and social media commentary to highlight what he views as hypocrisy or double standards within hip-hop and Hollywood. What connects their perspectives is a shared skepticism toward the idea that any major entertainment empire is built by one person alone. In discussions circulating online, both figures have hinted, sometimes indirectly, that Diddy's success, longevity, and protection within the industry may be tied to a broader inner circle of executives, financiers, legal strategists, and cultural gatekeepers who operate far from the public spotlight. This framing has resonated with audiences already primed to question how power consolidates at the highest levels of fame. Industry analysts point out that the concept of an inner circle is not unusual in entertainment. Major artists and moguls typically rely on a tightly controlled network of advisors, business partners, and intermediaries who manage risk, shape narratives, and negotiate influence. What has caught public attention is the suggestion, raised through commentary rather than evidence, that this network may extend beyond music into technology, media, and global finance, creating layers of insulation between public figures and accountability. Elon Musk's role in the discussion has been subtle but impactful. Rather than naming individuals, he has repeatedly alluded to systems that reward silence and punish disruption. In reposts and short remarks, Musk has suggested that public scandals often obscure deeper structural issues, where influence is distributed across boards, contracts, and relationships that rarely face scrutiny. While he has not accused Diddy or anyone else of specific wrongdoing, his emphasis on hidden power dynamics has encouraged followers to look beyond surface-level headlines. 50 Cent's contribution has been more direct in tone, though still rooted in commentary rather than claims. Through social media posts and interviews, he has questioned why certain figures remain insulated from consequences while others are swiftly sidelined. His remarks often frame the music industry as an ecosystem, where loyalty, leverage, and long-standing alliances matter as much as talent. Fans interpret his comments as a challenge to the idea that success stories are purely self-made, suggesting instead that survival at the top requires alignment with powerful interests. As the discussion spread, online communities began mapping connections. Record labels, distribution deals, brand partnerships, legal firms, and philanthropic ventures, attempting to understand how influence circulates within Diddy's orbit. Journalists caution that much of this activity remains speculative, driven by pattern spotting rather than verified reporting. Still, the sheer volume of conversation reflects a growing appetite for transparency in industries historically shielded by prestige and wealth. One recurring theme in the discourse is comparison. Commentators frequently note that past scandals involving powerful individuals often revealed not just personal misconduct, but institutional complicity. In those cases, attention eventually shifted from individuals to enablers, people and organizations that benefited from silence. Musk and 50 Cent's commentary taps into this historical memory, encouraging audiences to question whether current narratives focus too narrowly on personalities, while ignoring the systems that sustain them. Media scholars observe that the involvement of figures like Musk amplifies these conversations beyond entertainment news. When a technology leader with global reach engages, however indirectly, it reframes the topic as a question of elite accountability rather than celebrity gossip. This crossover effect brings in audiences who might otherwise dismiss music industry controversies as niche or sensational. Importantly, representatives and allies associated with Diddy have consistently emphasized that speculation should not be confused with facts. They argue that online narratives often conflate business relationships with impropriety and warn against drawing conclusions without evidence. Legal experts echo this caution, noting that influence networks exist in every major industry and are not inherently unethical or illegal. Yet, the persistence of the conversation suggests a deeper cultural shift. Audiences increasingly expect powerful figures to be transparent, not only about their actions, but about the structures that support them. In this context, Musk and 50 Cent function less as whistleblowers and more as catalysts, prompting questions rather than providing answers. Their influence lies in their willingness to point at the shadows and ask who benefits from them. The broader implication is that celebrity culture may be entering a new phase, one where narratives of success are scrutinized alongside the mechanisms that protect it. Whether or not any concrete revelations emerge, the discussion around Diddy's inner circle highlights a growing discomfort with opaque power. Viewers, listeners, and fans are no longer satisfied with surface-level explanations. They want to understand how influence is built, maintained, and defended. For now, what Musk and 50 Cent have discovered is not a secret document or hidden name, but a public mood. That mood is skeptical, curious, and increasingly unwilling to accept that massive empires operate without extensive support networks. In raising attention to those networks, intentionally or not, they have shifted the focus from individual drama to systemic questions. As the story continues to evolve, journalists emphasize the importance of separating commentary from confirmation. The line between investigation and speculation remains crucial. Still, the conversation itself may be the most revealing element, a sign that audiences are ready to interrogate power structures once considered untouchable. In the end, the significance of this moment may lie not in what is proven, but in what is questioned. Elon Musk and 50 Cent, coming from entirely different domains, have contributed to a single, resonant idea that behind every towering figure in entertainment lies a complex web of influence deserving of scrutiny. Whether that scrutiny leads to reform, clarification, or simply a deeper understanding of how modern power operates remains to be seen. The discussion has also raised questions about how silence is maintained within elite circles. Commentators suggest that non-disclosure agreements, private settlements, and carefully managed media relationships often act as invisible barriers, limiting what reaches the public. In this environment, influence does not need to be loud to be effective. It operates quietly through access and control. Musk's frequent warnings about centralized power and 50 Cent's blunt critiques of industry favoritism together reinforce this concern. Their voices have encouraged audiences to reconsider how accountability works when fame, wealth, and influence intersect.